Hey guys, it's Winner here, and here I am. I'm back. Yeah, been gone again for a few weeks. Once again, yeah, I'm not able to use this camera as often as I'd like to. So yeah, that's why I haven't made any videos for a couple of weeks. But okay, here I am, and tonight I'm gonna be giving you guys my rankings of the Hell in a Cell matches, which is from the past. I'm gonna rank them from worst to the best on some matches. And I'm not going to list any of the matches from this stupid Hell in a Cell pay-per-view that's been going on for the past few years. And I'm not gonna count any of the matches that were on Raw, been on Raw before. And then for my next video, I'm gonna do the same thing here for the Elimination Chamber matches. In my next video, I'm going to be ranking the Elimination Chamber matches from worst to best. Alright, but here I'm going to be counting down the Hell in a Cell matches from best to worst, for my opinion. Alright, but before I get the countdown, I'm going to talk a bit about the ones that I'm not ranking. Alright, Stone Cold and The Undertaker versus Kane and Mankind from 1998, which was on Raw. Now we know obviously this match never officially happened because The Undertaker was not showing up, and so Stone Cold was fighting Kane and Mankind, and then they got outside the cell and Paul Bear locked himself in the cell to protect himself, and then The Undertaker came through the ring and he was attacking Paul Bear and busted Paul Bear open, and just continued. And then Kane versus Mankind, also in 1998. This match was just kind of bleh. Yeah, of course, Mankind was pulled off of the cell and went through a table again, just like at King of the Ring 1998. And I don't think we got a decisive winner of this thing because Stone Cold just came and attacked Kane. So yeah. Alright, and this Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, The Undertaker versus CM Punk. On paper, this match seems kind of interesting, but if you think about it, they're not truly fit for Hell in a Cell one-on-one, so nah. Alright, Randy Orton versus John Cena. This was another one that seems good on paper, but really this match really wasn't anything to write home about. DX versus Legacy. This was just a bad idea. It should never have been Hell in a Cell. Randy Orton versus Sheamus. Yeah. That match wasn't really anything to write home about either. They weren't fit for Hell in a Cell. Kane versus The Undertaker. This would have been great in the Attitude Era. Era for a Hell in a Cell match. And this match, I mostly know it for Paul Bear turning on The Undertaker. And then there was also one last September. It was a Raw Dark match. John Cena versus Alberto Del Rio versus CM Punk versus Jack Swagger versus Dolph Ziggler. Why put them in a Hell in a Cell match? I'm serious. That's just ridiculous. Okay, anyway, alright, now, here we go. Ranking Hell in a Cell matches. From worst to best, there are 15 in here. Number 15, The Undertaker versus the Big Boss Man at WrestleMania 15. A lot of people call this worst Hell in a Cell match ever, but if you think about it, this is actually better than the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view matches, for my opinion. Yeah, there were a couple of interesting spots. There was Big Boss Man handcuffing Undertaker to the cell and beating him, and eventually the cuffs gave out. And then, of course, after the match, the Undertaker hangs the Big Boss Man from the cell. Alright. Number 14, DX versus the McMahons and the Big Show at Unforgiven 2006. Yeah. Didn't really enjoy this match too much, except maybe the stuff at the end with them hitting, elbow dropping, steel chair into Shane's throat, or just assaulting the Big Show, and then putting Vince McMahon's face in the Big Show's ass. And then them knocking Vince McMahon out by breaking a sledgehammer over his head, and then DX won the match. Alright, number 13, Triple H vs. Kevin Nash at Bad Blood 2003 with Mick Foley as a guest referee. This was just kind of a nah. This could have like not been Hell in a Cell. It would just been like No Holds Barred or Hardcore or something. But yeah, it was alright. I think it would have been better if Evolution would have interfered in the match. And of course, it was just like Mick Foley, he was in it as the referee, and he gave Triple H mandible claw with Mr. Sacco. Triple H would eventually get out of it, and then Triple H wins the match in the end. Alright, number 12, The Undertaker versus Randy Orton at Armageddon 2005. I think the only reason I put this above some other matches was because, Undertaker and Randy Orton really did. You could say they hated each other at this point. Yeah, this match wasn't like one of the greatest Hell in a Cell matches ever, but it was still fit for them. Everything they were doing to each other, Randy Orton, like, burning a casket with the Undertaker in it, driving Undertaker through the SmackDown Tron. Yeah, so, and of course, Cowboy Bob Orton, Randy Orton's father, was involved in this, and the Undertaker would win the match in the end. Alright, number 11, Batista versus the Undertaker at Survivor Series 2007. This was good. This was a good match, yeah, but yeah, I don't think they really like totally hated each other, but they did have a year-long feud going on. And of course, yeah, the Undertaker should have won this match, but Edge screwed the Undertaker in the end, and then Batista won and retained his World Heavyweight Championship. Alright, number 10, Triple H vs. Chris Jericho at Judgment Day 2002. I actually did like this match a lot. I liked Tim White getting injured and taken out, and this was his last match as a referee. And Chris Jericho would also assault him in the match. And this is the only Hell in a Cell match in history to have a pinfall on top of the cell. And yeah, I like that, so yeah, that was a good Hell in a Cell match. Number 9, Triple H versus Shawn Michaels at Bad Blood 2004. This match probably would have been higher on the list if it was just too long, though. It was 47 minutes. And it was good, but it was too long. I mean, yeah, they did do some good spots like the ladder and table and stuff, but yeah, just too long for the match. 47 minutes. Come on. Alright. Okay, number 8, The Undertaker vs. Edge at SummerSlam 2008. Undertaker making his return. Yeah, I haven't seen this full match. I've just seen bits and parts of it. But I thought it was like Edge spearing the Undertaker through the cell. Oh, and I thought this was a good way to end the feud. And the Undertaker wins in the end. Alright, number 7, Triple H vs. Batista at Vengeance 2005. The weapons in this were pretty interesting. I mean, you had the steel chair wrapped in barbed wire, and you had the sledgehammer in it. I liked how Triple H was gonna dive off the top turnbuckle, and then Batista put the sledgehammer Triple H's throat. Triple H was like dancing and passed out. Yeah, I thought that was funny. And then Batista would beat Triple H in this match, and this was the first Hell in a Cell match Triple H would lose. Alright. Number 6, Triple H vs. Cactus Jack at No Way Out 2000. This was a very good match right here. Yeah. Well, yeah, it was pretty awesome that there were a bunch of chains and locks on the door for this cell. And then you have the barbed wire 2x4 with Cactus Jack beating Triple H with it, and he was gonna pile drive him when it was on fire, but Triple H reversed it, and Cactus Jack went through the roof of the cell into the ring, right through the mat. Yeah, that was crazy, and of course this was a retirement match. If Mick Foley lost, or Cactus Jack lost, Mick Foley would retire, and he lost, and yeah, he retired after this. So, good match right there. Alright, number 5, the 6-man Hell in a Cell from Armageddon 2000. Kurt Angle versus Triple H versus Stone Cold versus The Rock versus The Undertaker versus Rikishi. What can you say about this match? Which is just awesome. I mean, you had Vince McMahon coming and trying to take the cell down, and Mick Foley would stop him, but McMahon pulled the door off, so they all went fighting outside the cell. You have The Undertaker pushing Rikishi off of the edge of the cell into the back of the truck that pulled the door off. And then, of course, Kurt Angle would win by taking advantage of the Rock down, and Kurt Angle pinned the Rock to win. And that was a good match. Number 4, The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar at No Mercy 2002. Great match right here. The Undertaker wrestled with a cast on his arm because Brock Lesnar broke his hand, and the Undertaker was using it as a weapon a lot. He busted open Brock Lesnar with it, and he even busted open Paul Heyman in the match. And then eventually Brock Lesnar would rip the cast off the Undertaker's hand. But the Undertaker would look just fine without the cast. It didn't look like his hand was really messed up at all, but yeah, he couldn't really lift stuff very good with the broken hand, but yeah. And then in the end, Brock Lesnar versus a tombstone and gives the Undertaker the F5 for the win. Great match right there. Number 3, The Undertaker versus Shawn Michaels at Bad Blood 97 in the very first Hell in a Cell match. I know a lot of people are going to be angry that this is a number 1, but I just don't see this as the greatest. A lot of people say this is 5 stars. I don't see this as 5 stars at all. I just don't really see how this match can be 5 stars. I mean, you got the spot with the cameraman and Shawn Michaels falling off the cell, and then stuff with Kane making his debut, but yeah, that wasn't really enough for me to make it 5 stars. But yeah, Shawn Michaels wins the match, and he became number 1 contender for Bret Hart's title at Survivor Series, what led to the screw job, but still a good match. Number 2, The Undertaker versus Triple H from this past WrestleMania. Very good match right here. And Triple H actually got busted open in this match, which was awesome for this. And Shawn Michaels referee, Undertaker will put the Hell Gate on Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels almost screwed the Undertaker with a sweet chin music, and Undertaker walked into a pedigree, but Undertaker kicked out. And then the Undertaker also, of course, won this match. So this wasn't a very good match in here. And coming in number 1, The Undertaker versus Mankind at King of the Ring 1998. This match is really good, so good for me. The 2 cell, Mankind falling off the cell spots were awesome. The stuff with the thumbtack was awesome. Just everything about this match was awesome for me. And Undertaker versus Mankind comes in at number 1. Alright, so there you guys go. There's my Hell in a Cell rankings from worst to best. And like I said, my next video will be for the Elimination Chamber matches. Alright, so thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.